just going to take you over a quick little lesson of how to graph linear inequalities, and we're going to do that using a number line right here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to graph them out. I'm going to graph out the first two. I'm not going to worry too much about these ones. They're a little bit different, but I'm going to go through these two. That's what we're going to deal with for the most part. So the first thing that we're going to do is we need to draw a linear graph with at least 5 points. Well, here's my linear graph. It's a arrow, straight line, arrows on both ends, and there are 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to label the graph with the answer to the problem as the second or fourth value. If it's a greater than symbol, and I'm going to go here, we have less than symbol here, okay, that's a less than, x is less than 50. If it's greater than, we're going to do it the second point. If it's less than, we're going to do it the fourth point. So what I will do here is I am going to, and I'm going to change my font size just so everything will fit in a little bit nicer. Okay, I will do this one here as number 50. Okay, I'm going to label that as number 50. So I'm going to label that, and then I'm going to do everything else in sequential order. So this will be 49, 48, 47. And I'm going to try something out here, see if we can get them all in just one text box here. So 47, 48, 49, there's the 50. I'm just going to go over the 50 really quick. And there's 51. Okay, so you label them all in sequential order. Okay, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. 50 being the first point here that I got. Then we're going to draw a dot. Okay, so in this case here, it's less than and equal to, so we have an equal. So the dot I will draw is going to be on the 50. And let's get a nice color here. Let's get green. It's going to be on the 50, and it's going to be a closed dot. Okay, I'm going to try to fill it in as best as possible. It's going to be a closed dot. Okay, and we're going to deal with an open dot later, but it's closed because it could equal 50. So when we graph it out, we close it up, so it's a solid dot, because it could equal 50. That is part of our solution, okay, because it could be equal to 50. It may not be, but it could be equal to 50. And then it's going to be everything less than, so we're going to draw this arrow here. I'm going to try to draw it in a little bit darker, and draw an arrow. There we go, there's my green arrow. That shows that it's 50 and everything less. Okay, nothing above, everything less. So that would be graphing out graphing this out. Okay, the second one that I'm going to do x is greater than 8. So that means I'm putting 8 over here. So let's go to text box again. And I'm going to try to do a different color here. Let's do purple. Okay, I was going to use, there we go. 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's a lot easier to do this with paper and pencil or a pen. All right, so there I have it listed out, sequential order again, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8 is over here. Now this is, x is greater than 8, so that's why I put 8 in this spot right here, because I'm going to be drawing my arrow on the other side. But now when I draw in my circle, okay, my circle is going to go over 8, but it's going to be an open circle. Okay, there we go. I'm going to try to draw it as open as possible, because it doesn't actually equal 8. It's everything above, okay, but it doesn't actually equal 8. And so we're going to then draw in this arrow here, try to make it nice and thick so we can see it well, and make a big arrow. Ooh, that's an ugly arrow, but it works. It works. It doesn't have to be pretty, as long as it shows that it's an arrow. So that's graphing. Now, if you're asked to graph, this is how you're going to graph. I have a couple of questions I want you to do right away, okay, on question 2. So draw a line graph, okay, a number line, 5 points on there. Just has to have 5. Okay, your point will either be the fourth one or the second one, because I want to see a good size arrow. So don't just draw, put your point here at the end and then do a simple arrow at the end. No, make sure that you're showing the arrow on the majority of the graph. Label it in sequential order. Okay, don't do 1, 6, 11. I mean, that would work, but do it by ones. That's usually the best, or fractional if the fraction comes through, which may happen. Okay, and then draw a line there. Remember, if it is not equal to, we draw an open circle. If it's equal to, we draw in a closed circle.